HarperCollins presents Dance of Resistance, the Josephine Baker story, by Katherine Johnson, read by Veronique Olin. Chapter 1, East St. Louis, USA. Some people say I changed the world. I like that. I reckon this world needs a heap of changes. My name is Josephine Baker. I was a superstar, maybe even the first black superstar in the world. I was born in the heat of summer. I don't remember just how hot it was, but my birthday was June the 3rd, 1906. My mama's name was Carrie. She told me my daddy was a man called Eddie Carson, who played the drums, but sometimes she said she didn't know who my daddy was. Some people say he was a white man, which would explain why I was a different color to the rest of my family. Mama married a man named Arthur, who wasn't mean like some folk. Mama and Arthur had 3 more babies. There was my brother Richard, who we called Brother Cat at home, and my 2 baby sisters, Margaret and Willie Mae. My nickname was Tumpy, given to me by Mama because I was as round as Humpty Dumpty. We lived close to the rail tracks in East St. Louis. Me and Richard spent our childhood running wild with a gang of children. We'd steal coal from the train yards and watch the pleasure boats that ran up and down the river. But when we had enough pennies, there was only one thing I ever wanted to do: go to our local theater, the Booker T. Washington, and watch the shows. "Come on, Tumpy," said Brother Cat one day, tugging on my arm. "I want to go see the boats." Both of us had just come home from school, but I'd made a few cents running an errand on the way. "Go look at the boats yourself if you want to see them so bad," I told him. "I'm going to the theater." But of course, poor little Brother Cat didn't want to run off without me, so he followed me to the theater instead. "2, please," I said to the attendant. I had to stand on my tiptoes to hand over the 10 cents it cost each to get in. That afternoon's show was a little troupe of performing dogs. They were ever so sweet and funny. Next to me, my brother squealed with laughter as they stood up on their back legs and hopped around. But my eyes were on the man who told us their names and gave them their instructions and held up the hoop for the dogs to jump through. The way he talked about those dogs made it feel like we were looking at the smartest animals that had ever lived. Even back then, I knew I wanted what that man had. Not those 3 little dogs doing tricks, but the audience watching him, hanging off his every word. Brother Cat loved the performing dogs, but I loved the music and dancers at the theater. Nothing made my heart sing like hearing that music play and watching the dancing girls and boys. One day, I told myself, that would be me. We lived in the meanest, most run-down part of the city of St. Louis. Our rent was cheap, but we still couldn't always afford it, so we had to move around a lot. With 6 mouths to feed, we were very poor. Mama Carrie worked hard, taking in washing and all sorts, while my stepfather Arthur never lasted more than a few weeks in any job. But the pennies I saved to go to the Booker T. Washington were always worth it. I would play theater whenever I could, dressing up in old coats or curtains and pretending to be on stage. Mama told me my ratty old curtains belonged in the trash where I'd found them. But to me,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?